Queen We Got You podcast. I'm your host, Kerry, and I'm joined today by my beautiful co-hosts, Kelly and Moni. How are you girls?
Good, thank
Good,
you.
babe.
So on today's episode, we're going to do a big run through of the season A, season of bodybuilding. But before we get into that, Kelly, how was your week?
It was good, thank you. I was just telling Moni before we came on how I always have that, like, do you ever get excited about something? You're like, oh, I'm going to do that. And then you organise it, and then that time comes around and you're like, oh, fuck, I hate my previous self for organising that.
All the time.
Yep, all the time.
Yeah. So that happened to me.
Yeah.
So I told everyone earlier in one of the earlier podcasts that my word for this year was discomfort.
Yeah.
So in true Kelly style, I have to like throw myself like in all of it. So I booked in for a hip hop class at Honey by myself. And then Monday came around when I was booked in for it, and I'm like, fuck, I hate you, you previous bitch. Like, but I went and I had the best time. It was so fun.
Yeah.
So I committed to 10 more classes.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate's an amazing instructor.
So I had Riley.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I can't remember his last name. Anyway, he was so fun. Such a great dude. I was the only person who didn't know the dance though. And I don't know how they roll out the dances. Like, I don't know if they do it over like X amount of weeks or something. So I learnt an entire dance in 1 hour. So I was pretty impressed with myself for that.
You should have come knocking for me.
Your roller door was up a little bit, and I was going to, like, pop my head under and be like, hi, Kerry. But I'm like, that might be weird if you've got clients. So I will come and say hello next week.
Yes, okay.
How about you, Mum?
Love. I got nothing.
It's funny when you was talking about that, Kelly. I always say that introverted me hates extroverted me.
Yes.
When you book something, you're like,
Yes.
yeah, I can do that. And then when it comes, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood today.
I do it all the time, though. Like, I organise, like friend dates or barbecues and something, and the time comes around, I'm like, I just don't want to do this anymore. But again, discomfort. Yes. Let's roll.
Sorry, Moni, how was your week?
No, it's fine. You girls keep chatting. I'll wait. I'll just sit here and wait. No, honestly, I've got nothing much this week. So we obviously had the big weather event. It was a bit hectic.
I love how you describe it as a weather event.
Well, we didn't get the cyclone, really. It was a low by the time it crossed to us.
Yeah.
And that just was 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days of just a bit of chaos. So I definitely, because we live out Hinterland Way, I had some anxiety around getting flooded in and trapped in there, because we've had that before. And I had a bit of anxiety around losing power, because we've, again, had that before. And we lost power for 3 days straight once. So my week last week was just mostly just feeling a bit anxious and a bit nervous and not knowing what's going to happen. And not that I thought the cyclone was going to destroy our house or anything. Like, it was just more the unknown of potentially what's going to happen, and then just trying to be prepared and have enough food and drink.
While everyone else was doing the same thing.
And that was the annoying thing too, was like everyone else, a lot of people were going to shops and excessively buying.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating because it's like, guys, where you live, that's not a problem for you.
Yeah.
Like, but where we are, like, we actually can get cut off.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird. Don't people do weekly shops? Like, what? Like, if you're doing a normal weekly shop, you shouldn't really need... Other
think.
than maybe candles and... I don't know. I just found it really weird. But I come from North Queensland, so...
I think also, though, like, we do weekly shops as well, but it fell on when I would normally have my
I was
cousin
going to
collect.
say, I feel like it's different for you as well, though, because you have that higher chance of being cut off, I guess.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people maybe over the weekend would do their weekly shop, and I think it kind of fell in that way for a lot of people.
In that weird space, yeah.
Anyway, so that was fun. Paul and I had a big fight about whether we should pull the sides of the trampoline down, and like he had secured it in the ground, but I'm like, no, it's like if that comes loose, we have old neighbours and it's going to go on their roof. And I walked inside and slammed the sliding door closed, and Mia's like, oh, that's intense. Like, yeah, be fine in 5 minutes. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then we took down the trampoline stuff and nothing happened. So Paul was actually right in hindsight. but that's fine.
But I feel like you made the right decision, Ron.
Absolutely, because I don't want my trampoline on my neighbour's roof.
Yeah.
I said to Paul, I was like, do you want to go climb up there and pull it down? Because they're elderly. They can't do it.
Yeah, but if it went through their roof, because if it did happen, you would have felt really shit about it.
Exactly. So that was my week.
Yeah.
I have a question, though. Because obviously we double recorded the week before, so we didn't see each other last week.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since we've seen each other. Do we have an update on your finger?
Oh, that's hilarious. No, not really. Because I was supposed to.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to go to Brisbane on the Thursday.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Brisbane on Thursday, but we had a cyclone in Brisbane, so it got cancelled.
Yeah. Yeah, everything got cancelled last week.
So I'm still wearing the compression sock on my finger. It's still in like painful randomly. So this morning I woke up and it was painful.
Okay.
For no reason other than I slept and woke up. So no.
Yeah, I thought your appointment might have got cancelled. That's why I thought, I forgot to ask you earlier.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because his clinic is in Brisbane City.
Yeah.
And that's a really
long drive.
It's a pain. It's not just even the long drive. It's a pain in the butt to get to. Like Brisbane City's hard.
Yeah.
And then he has satellite clinics in North Lakes and Redcliffe. And the North Lakes one I wasn't going to be able to get into until May.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And luckily there was a cancellation at Redcliffe, so I'm going to Redcliffe next week.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'd rather drive to Redcliffe or North Lakes.
Bit of a hike, but who cares?
It's still an hour drive, but at least it's not having to
better
deal with the city.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because last time when I had my specialist for my back, he was in Brisbane City, and it was a pain in the butt because it was like, she's like, I can't guarantee you're going to park.
Yeah.
So I had to catch a train in.
Oh, no.
And it's the same kind of area. So I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
It's not a vibe. It's not
that's really stressy, isn't it?
It's too much. I don't like it.
I hate driving in Brisbane. I almost always refuse. Like Lee's the one that drives. If we've got to go into Brisbane City, Lee's driving.
Yeah.
Like I hate it. I hate driving in there.
But it's even the parking situation. The fact that they're like, we can't guarantee that there'll be parks. There's a big parking tower near there, but if it's a busy day, it's a busy day.
Yeah.
And that's just too much.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah.
So no. And then we got flooded in on Monday. So my anxiety then on Monday was we did get flooded in. So it was fun. It's all good. We're here now.
Didn't last too long though.
No, a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was really lucky on the Sunshine Coast, wasn't we?
Yeah, really lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like Gold Coast. Like I saw photos of their beaches, like
Yeah, they're like
3
cliffs
meters.
now.
It's crazy. They were saying on the news this morning though that they reckon they'll be able to have it sorted by Easter.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
wow.
a massive job.
It is.
It's so big.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully. It's just so pretty before. Like you see the before and after.
Yeah, it's
It's been
sad.
completely ruined.
Yeah, they'll be right. They'll rebuild. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
they will.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How's your week, babe?
Been good. I actually really enjoyed the downtime over the weekend. But I should have done my International Women's Day talk on Friday.
Yeah.
And for one fucking time in my life, I was organised. I wrote the thing early. I did my PowerPoint. I revised it. And I was just so ready. And then it got cancelled.
Carrie.
It's just, it's sod's law, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it actually
Has it
proved
been
to me
rescheduled?
for the 6th of March next year.
Oh,
Which is fine. It's fine because it just got too stressy for everyone to get to one place.
Yeah,
so we'll
okay.
just celebrate the whole thing next year. But it actually made me realise that I can do things not at last minute.
Yeah.
So it's actually made me learn something. Actually, this is what it feels like to be organised.
well, that's good.
So yeah, I had a good learning there. Yeah, and we, again, Cyclone Sunshine Coast. I closed my gym on Friday and we was really prepared for it. Like I even silicone around the door of my back door, the gym.
Oh.
Like because I have a storm drain at the back of that.
Yes.
So no one knew at this point what was going to happen.
Yeah,
We
of
was
course.
predicting the cyclone hitting us. There was water because the actual river is not far from my gym.
Yeah.
And it's not from our house either.
Yeah.
So we were just panicking a bit about the water.
Yeah.
And over-prepared with food. So it's so funny that...
You're a panic buyer. You're one of those people that was cursing.
No, I was actually...
Did you have 20 loaves of bread?
No.
And 50 rolls of toilet paper.
No, I actually made do what I had, but I actually was posting in my group telling people what I was doing. So I cooked all these freaking potatoes in the microwave,
Oh.
ready to stick on the barbecue if we needed to, because we had that to cook things on. Because they would have took forever to cook them. So I did that. I made omelettes. I made boiled eggs. So I'm there making all this food, and then I was left with all this food because I didn't eat.
I mean, at least you've got it for the week, right?
I laughed though because I saw someone on socials did a very similar thing.
Yeah.
But they were cooking up meat and veggies
Yeah.
and cooking up all the stuff. And then his partner's like, babe, if we have no power, it means we don't have a fridge. So are you going to eat all that food in a day?
We do have a generator.
That's good.
So luckily we could actually power the fridge.
Yeah.
And then Phil goes off to the shops, comes back with $200 of snacks as well.
Oh.
So now we have
You've
kids'
got cyclone snacks.
I'm like, what have you bought? It's just like crisp, lollies, all different things.
Oh, that is so
Yeah.
funny.
So that's what Phil, he just bought, he prepared the snacks. And then I also had a container full of
So is
glow sticks and all different
so-
things ready.
So a cyclone means we get to eat snacks, is that
Phil
right?
But that was a thing though. I saw on socials
I know.
everyone saying like by Friday I've run out of cyclone snacks. Like because everyone was
cyclone
waiting
snacks
for
was
it.
a thing.
Yes.
That's so weird.
But also, did anyone else? I don't know if you guys noticed, but even like when all the shops were closing, Dan Murphy's was still open.
Yeah.
So it was like cyclone snacks and alcohol. Everyone was happy.
That's so Aussie.
So
Or
funny.
terrifying. I don't know which one.
It's like if there's a cyclone, I'd rather be drunk.
Yeah, I won't go into that. I did see a reel put up, and this chick was like doing coffee shots into those
saw
big
that.
ice block
Yeah.
things, so that she had coffee. I'm like, that is something I can get on board with.
Yeah.
So I did that too.
Of course
but
you did.
But I put them in like, you know, the little grilled sauce containers. I always save them.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
they're all filled with coffee now. So they're just there. I have lots of things now. Anyway.
Wait.
What?
The grilled sauce containers.
Yeah.
Wait,
I always
wait.
take them on and save them. Do you not do that?
Wait,
No, I do not do that.
how much grilled do you eat? Also,
I just save things.
Oh, you are
Yeah.
so funny. That is so random.
But they came in handy, didn't they?
Oh my god.
I mean, in your defense,
Yeah.
they are like perfect size.
They are.
So for
Because
meal
then-
prep,
I want to
like
know how
any
many.
meal
Like, do you have
preps.
like a cupboard that you open and it's like
No,
just full?
it's in like a little it's a drawer.
Are you
Oh, that's
imagining
funny.
like tons of them?
Yes.
Because you know what I do when we go to grill, I actually take my own salad with me.
Of course you do.
Because I don't want to eat the chips, so I order a burger and I get my little salad out at the time.
Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. What other random things do you take home?
This is not me, but my friends always still like beer glasses and different things. Like if you get like a really
Stop
nice,
it.
So when it was Violet's birthday, my friend, who's a dentist, like she actually was like putting these really nice glasses into a handbag.
Oh my god.
We used to
I
do
said,
that.
if you get caught by somebody, they're going to put you off there.
We used to do that at Cactus Jack's.
Yeah.
So they don't have a Cactus Jack's here on the sunny coast, which is disgusting, might I add, because Cactus Jack's is like, they make the best chicken fajitas in the world. Anyway, Townsville, they used to have all these fancy glasses.
Oh, like
they had
novelty
boots
ones.
and like,
Yeah.
like all the stuff that you used to get your alcohol in. So we used to steal them all the time.
Oh my god.
And steak knives from Hog's Breath.
Okay, I've not stolen knives.
They're the best steak knives, honestly. They're
my God.
massive. Anyway.
I'll tell you a funny story though. One of my friends, she got caught at the airport with a knife in a handbag.
Well, that's unfortunate.
No, unfortunate, but it was like a little Stanley, you know, like pocket knife.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I said, what was you doing with a pocket knife in your handbag?
Yes.
So she takes it to Coles when she goes shopping,
No.
honestly, so she can cut the stalks off the broccoli.
Oh.
Because she doesn't want to pay for the broccoli stalk.
Stop
No, I'm
it.
being serious. So that's why she had the knife and she forgot.
If I saw someone doing that,
You would
Being
film
serious.
it. You would
Stop
film it.
it.
And put it in our chat. That's
Yeah.
what you would do.
stop it. I had noticed some of the broccoli stalks had gotten quite long,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I would not start
No,
cutting.
you would not cut them off.
We just snap it off.
But you
Just
can-
go snap and put it.
Depends what you're cooking though. You can still eat it. Like you can still put
Oh,
it in stir fries
absolutely.
and things. Like
Yeah.
it's not totally wasted. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Okay.
Hilarious. There was actually, we're so off topic now. There was actually a video that was going around as well of a lady at the checkout, and she had peeled the bananas
And then what?
and put the
What
bananas
is she going to do with
in
it?
the bag, so no skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is she going to eat all of the bananas straight away? 'Cause
No
they
idea.
Go
Oh
brown.
my god.
No, but that's what
Yeah.
she didn't want to pay for the skin, so she bought the bananas.
That's so
crazy.
random.
Yeah,
That's way more random than cutting the stalk off of broccoli.
it's still pretty. Imagine just whip out my knife, and start cutting.
It's a lot to have a knife.
It's a lot.
Oh, that's funny.
Good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
On topic.
On to season 8.
Jesus
Anyway,
Christ.
on to season A. So what we are going to go through is mainly like local shows and also any shows that we have clients, friends, or anyone who we know who's competing in
Yeah.
them. So what I will start with at the top, I'm going to start with NBA
Yes.
because I know you've got a client in that one.
Yeah, Paul's got a few.
Yeah.
Quite a
Yeah,
few.
so starting off, like their first show on the Gold Coast is on the 12th of April.
Yes.
So do you have any Kelly in that or?
No, Paul does.
Yeah.
Paul's got a couple,
Yeah.
I think, for season A in
Yeah.
on the Goldie. So hopefully we get down to that. That'll be fun one to watch.
Yeah, one athlete who I really want to see this year is Roxanne Deacon. Yeah, so I competed with Roxanne
Joey?
she's on a Joey Cancelling,
Yeah,
yeah. So I competed with Roxy in 2023.
Yeah.
So we was on stage together quite a few times.
Yeah.
And like she looked amazing then, but like the
She
changes that
looks
she's
great.
had since
She
then.
looks incredible.
She looks
So-
incredible.
It's like when you see someone who's like
Yeah.
coming through, like it's just so exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I was actually at the posing workshop a couple of weeks ago,
you
and
see
she
her
was
there?
there.
Yeah.
And I actually went up to her and told her, I was like, I just want to say that I think you look freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes it's nice just to hear that.
Yeah.
And yeah, she does. Like every time you see her, she's just making such great improvements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool to see her.
Yeah.
Because she won the NBA overall in 23
Yeah.
in fitness. So I know she's doing, the Gold Coast one and then the Oceania Nationals as well.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the next NBA one after that is on the 17th of May. So that one's in Tassie.
Yes, there's a couple in between there, but my client, I'm flying to Launceston
Yes.
to support my beautiful client who's been working really hard for her first show. It's her first season. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
So she's from Tassie.
She's from Tassie,
Yes.
yeah. So that's her home one.
Yeah.
She's still one before that, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, so I'm I'm actually not in the state for most of the season this season.
Yeah.
I'm away. Yeah. Flying a lot.
Yeah, some travel, that's nice.
That's cool.
Better get some Qantas points.
Yeah. Yeah, so then the other NBA show that will be on the 24th of May, and that's the Oceania. That's one in Sydney as well.
Yeah. That's exciting. I'm excited. So I know one of Paul's clients is
Paul's
now,
going down,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's going. And she originally said to me, because I asked her, so her and my client have been talking together because
Yeah.
they're kind of in the same season, and they've been following each other on socials and stuff, and they were talking, and she wasn't sure she was going to do it because she's like, it's so expensive. So obviously, because we're all like competing and stuff, we need kitchens in our accommodation.
Yeah.
So it's like, it can get really expensive. And I just said, I'm like, well, my client's going down, her partner's not coming. If you're going down, we'll just all like share a house because it's just 10 times
Yeah.
cheaper. So she's like, oh, that'd be awesome. So so Paul's client's going and my client's going. We're going to be room buddies.
Is the
Exciting.
venue Bankstown?
Yes.
It's an amazing venue.
Is it?
Because that's where I competed in
Yeah,
2019.
okay.
And it's like a big complex.
Yeah, right.
So in the...
Because it's a sports
Sports
specific.
centre, yes,
yeah.
but the hotel is like attached to that if you stay on the Travel Lodge Hotel.
Yeah.
But then you've got the auditorium, you've got restaurants, bars, everything is inside. It's like a mini Vegas. It's beautiful.
Nice.
So there's like Ben and Jerry's, I think there's like San Churros in there.
Yeah,
A
okay.
cinema, a gym.
That's cool.
So it's like a really, really nice venue. So
That's
you
great.
don't need to leave.
Yeah, right.
Because Bankstown's a bit dodgy, so
Yeah,
you don't want to
right.
leave.
Well, we aren't staying at that
Yeah.
venue because there was no, it didn't come up as accommodation available. So we're literally just down the road. And we're right near the Anytime Fitness, which
Yeah.
is like 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, once you get in there, like you can just stay in there all day.
Perfect.
And even like if anyone eats after, you can just stay in there as well.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's a great venue.
Love.
Good.
Yeah, so
I mean,
hopefully when I go
I'm
back to
excited.
compete again, that'll be there again. I would love to compete at that same place
Yeah,
again.
okay. I'm excited to go and like watch that show
Yeah.
because they're always like NBA at the moment. They're really like ramping.
They've really
their
stepped
shit
it up.
Like
Yeah.
Oh, their shows last year were amazing, and
Yeah.
like I'm going to be honest about like the bodybuilding season end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of left with it like in a bit of a sad note in a way because we finished at the ICN Nationals,
Yes.
which I think wasn't a great show.
No.
And
It was really disappointing
It
as an
was,
athlete too.
yeah.
Yeah.
and it just felt like the all end of last year there was like a lot of talk of like other feds not doing things and but then other feds really stepped up and over delivered like what they said as well, so that was good about that, but some wasn't as good. So I just really want to fall back in love with the whole bodybuilding season this year, because I just left on a bit of a sad note last year.
It's really good though that last year, because I feel like it'd kind of been coming for a little while. Like we'd all been kind of talking quietly. And there was a few people last year who weren't know enough's enough and started speaking very loudly. And then because they did, then it opened the doors for other people to also start talking loudly. And voices were finally heard. And federations like NBA did go, okay, we're hearing you loud and clear and we're really going to take this on board. But then also the federations that people weren't happy with, like some of the ICN nationals and things that happened, they've also taken the feedback on board, and I'm really excited to see what they bring this year. Because they needed to really step it up. And like for us, I know we're going to get to ICN, but ICN Queensland has a new vice president now. There has
Which is exciting.
It's fucking exciting because Jay is an incredible promoter, and to have him with ICN Queensland is only going to really just watch this space. Like season A is season A. By the time we get to season C, like it's going to be it's going to have such a different feel.
Like you look at the India shows, right?
Absolutely.
ICN India shows, like Jay runs those and
Incredible.
they are just phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
I want a hero walkout. Do
Yeah.
you not want to like stand
No,
in that?
definitely.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
But even things like the new promoter, like the new president, for Australia. Like ICN Australia has now a new president. Like watch this space.
It-
This
it's good-
this
it's
year
good
I
though.
feel like is really
Yeah.
for the natural
the
feds.
change year.
It's a change year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like I'm going to go to a few shows in season A just because I need to get my spark back in why I love it. Because like I say, I left on a bit of a sad note where, I wasn't
You were
impressed.
disappointed.
I was very disappointed, to be
Yeah.
honest. So, I'm going to go, obviously, I'm going to go to watch the NBA show.
Yes.
I want to go and see Roxy, and then there's the ICN shows I'll go to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onto the ICN shows.
So, onto the ICN. So on the 4th of May, we have the ICN Sunny Coast show.
Yes.
Which is always a great show. It's a local show for us. So it's always fun that it does draw a lot of the local crowd as well.
Yeah.
It's always nice going to a show that you don't have to drive very far.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, right. Right. Although I'll be flying back from Canberra on that day.
Wow.
So I won't be able to be here.
So do you have anybody in the Sunshine Coast, Kelly?
No.
And
No,
just-
I do.
don't-
Yes. Oh, you do.
I
Yes.
do.
Yes, you do.
Paul does, but
Yeah.
I do as well. So with Miss Katie, so I've been doing posing again with her.
Yes, you have.
So I stopped being a posing coach and then was brought back in to be a posing coach for
Roped into it,
transformation.
yeah.
And then turns out she's doing more than just transformation.
And so she
So that's
should.
been fun. Absolutely. So she should. There's like her physique is so beautiful and her shape is incredible. Why just do transformation when you can just get up there and do everything else as well?
Yeah.
I think it was a very step-by-step commitment for
Absolutely
Katie,
it was,
and
yeah.
I'm glad that it came to that
Absolutely.
because you could see that she wanted to do it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's been fun working with posing with her again.
Yeah.
I'm not a posing coach again, so please no one send me inquiries. I'm not doing it. But no, it's been fun. It's been good. And then Paul's got most of his crew there as well.
yeah.
So Paul's got Ange in there as well.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and who
Yeah.
else did he
Oh,
have?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a Paul question.
That's a Paul question.
We should have had a Paul list who his competitors are.
No, it's all good.
So we do have, so then on the 18th of May, we've got the ICM Brisbane, which again is out of the Sleeman Centre this year.
Yes.
Yes. And then on the 31st of May, the ICM National is going to be at Perth this year.
Yeah,
So is that the first time they've held one in Perth?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
I'm not sure.
For a
It's
national
been
show?
a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess most of the competitors are east side.
Exactly,
And they've
yeah.
only got Western Australia
Yeah.
people, so they'll be glad, I'm sure, not to have to travel too far this time.
Yeah, it'd be nice
to
for
hit
them.
nationals.
Yeah, it's good for them that they've actually got it in the home
Good
state,
experience
haven't
for people to go for a bit of a trip to Western Australia
Yeah.
too, I guess, if they've never been.
Yeah.
they? That's one of the good things about doing other state shows.
Yeah,
is you
I
actually
agree.
get to travel and experience different places, but different competitors too.
Yeah.
So you get a chance to be up about
Yeah,
a whole new bunch, don't you?
yeah.
So we do have one down here as well. That's on the 3rd of May, and that's for the Emergency Defence Force.
Yes, so that's my client's first show.
Yeah.
So Defence Emergency Services parted ways with INBA and became their own
Yes.
kind of thing. So beautiful Ange runs that, and my client is an emergency services person, and she was like really, really wanted to support like that
Yeah.
federation. So, and we have Ange's mum on next week. So Kay's going to join
Yes, we
us
do.
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm flying down to Canberra, so that will be Dax's very first show.
Yeah, okay.
Ever.
That's cool.
So I'm so excited. So I'll give you a quick story because obviously we've only got a few left. So Dax is crazy, and she also does downhill mountain bike riding.
Okay.
So she thought it was a really good idea to join a series while she was in prep. She was scared to tell me, and then she told me, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, oh, I thought you were going to be like more angry about it. And I'm like, what am I going to do, mate? You're like a grown adult. Like, if that's what you want to do, like, go for it. I'm like, if you break a leg, like, I'm going to be really sad. So she had her second last run was 2 weeks ago. And I knew what day it was, obviously. And I'm like literally sitting there with my phone for half the day, like holding my breath. And then she messaged me, she's like, so, you know how there's 8 weeks to my first show? The cast comes off in 6. And then she sent me a message straight away saying, just joking. And I'm
my
like,
God.
literally, like, we'll kill you. Like, so, yeah, she's crazy. So she's got one more downhill to go.
Well, hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed.
Yes, because it's at the end
Yes.
of March. So she'll be 4 weeks out
Yeah,
from
okay.
stage.
It's so dangerous, mountain
Don't
biking.
even.
I know. Oh,
Don't even. She also plays field hockey.
okay.
Anyway, she's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just loves being outdoors, like hiking. Yeah, all the things.
So what categories is she doing?
She's going to do, originally she was just going to do sports, and then she, as we stripped her down, we're like, get yourself a pair of heels and a bikini, girlfriend. So she's going to do fitness as well.
Okay.
Yeah. She's looking really
Exciting.
good. I'm so excited for her to do this.
Okay, and so again, what else we got? So on the 4th and 5th of April, we've got the FMG on the Gold Coast.
I think it's just the 4th.
Okay.
Just one of the days. It's only one show. One
Oh,
day.
okay, so whichever it is, 4th
Yeah.
or 5th.
Yep.
I've got the. Why have I got the 4th?
I don't know why you wrote both.
I think
I said the 4th,
5th
4th
of
and
the
5th.
4th.
5th of the 4th. That's how you've
anyway,
written both.
Anyway, there we go. So it is in April, and it's the FMG on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
That one of my clients' daughters in that. But I haven't been following much of FMG this season to actually know any other competitors in there.
I honestly haven't seen a lot. Like, do you know how some seasons, like, because we obviously all follow a lot of bodybuilders, like, I haven't seen a lot pop up about it, to be honest.
Because, like, the end of last year, there was a lot of, like, pros competing, and even a lot of other competitors coming from other feds trying FMG. But this year, I haven't seen many people.
I think the thing is, though, because it's the World Championships in Season C.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the later
So a lot
half
of
of
So
the
people are
shows.
probably
Yeah.
waiting to season C to...
Absolutely. So you're not going to have your big name competitors really at this show. They're
Yeah.
going to wait until towards the end of the year,
Yeah.
and they're going to be doing that big show.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why it feels quiet. Because I was even thinking too, I was like, I actually don't know. Maybe I do know someone that's competing, but I don't. Like, when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know anyone doing that show.
Yeah.
Like anyone that I follow normally, or
Yeah.
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 yeah, it's interesting.
And we do have also like WMBF, that's in Brisbane, and that's on the 10th of May.
Yes. Yeah. I think I'm going down to volunteer for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whereabouts is that in Brisbane?
It's usually at the Unity Church, I think is what
okay.
it's called. Yeah, it's what's the suburb? It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, okay.
Basically. Yeah.
It's outer skirts.
Yeah, but it's actually quite a good venue for like obviously you know they only just started last year, wasn't it, that they season A last year? No, season B the year before. So they're only they've only just come to Australia and they're only new, so it's like one of those things, you know, you kind of have to build a little bit first to get into a bigger centre. But for what they chose, I think that it's a pretty decent venue. It always looks quite nice and
and you had a great experience last year, didn't you?
Oh yeah, loved it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good venue, and it's Brisbane, but it's outskirts, so it's actually easy to get to.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it wasn't
a big
hard.
difference, isn't it?
It does. Yeah, it wasn't difficult. We stay in Brisbane anyway the night before, but we were still about 35 minutes away from it because we stay North Brisbane.
Yeah.
But it was just, you know, to avoid traffic, and we had literally no trouble at all getting there in the morning and stuff. So yeah, nice little venue.
Yeah, and so we're going to finish on both IFBB shows here. So 19th of April will be the IFBB Season A on the Gold Coast, and then going on to the Nationals, that's on the 27th of April.
Yep.
Yeah. I've just been watching one girl who's been competing for years, Marley's French, and she's coming back this year.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Yeah, so there is the odd people who are always watch, and then when they come back into obviously prepping, it's exciting to see them.
I'm also excited to see Fit Model.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes.
What happens.
Yeah, me too.
Because some of the bikini girls in Australia, look how hard it is to get a pro card. And, especially if you see some of those girls up close, their density of their muscle and their physiques is just, it is insane.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see what they do then with Fit Model. Because it's still IFBB. It's not going to be an ICN bikini. What's it going to be? It'll be really interesting.
It will be interesting to see.
And I think there'll be a lot of girls come out of nowhere that you probably haven't realised have been prepping for it either.
Yeah.
Because kind of what happened, you know, there's a few pros that are talking about coming back. I think there's going to be a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, right.
Be really interesting.
Yeah, so what is the criteria, do you know, for the fit body?
Fit Model is basically IFBB bikini from 2015.
Yes.
So it's like the Courtney King, the Ashley Horswasser back in the day. It's the early what bikini was when it started.
Yeah.
So it's still glutes. It's still developed. It's just not as hard and dense.
I think it's a softer look. Yeah.
Softer-ish. Yeah, they don't want you to be they don't want full etched in hamstring tie-ins, but they still want you to have.
Yeah.
So it's just they still want you to have the hamstring tie-ins, but just not at the detail.
Yeah.
So it's still the condition, it's still the shape, but it's just a smaller, less detailed.
Yeah.
They don't want you to have a super pronounced ab wall, so it's very much coming back to genetically.
Yeah.
Some girls won't be able to do this.
Yeah. Where do you fit?
Where do you fit genetically?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be good to watch.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I know when it first came out, there was a bit of
There's a lot of... It was either one way or the other for people. Hey, people were either what the... You know, fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
And it's almost what's the point? People are not going to diet down for it, but obviously you've got to train for it.
You still have to.
You still need to,
but I think this is the problem, in general with the bikini, the bikini in general, is it's I'll do bikini because I don't need to diet down as much.
It's not what it's about.
And it's that,
it's not.
Right? I'm mate, Sophie, perfect example.
Yeah.
Dude, those girls have muscle.
Yeah.
They have very specific muscle and muscle type. And it's I can't do it because you would never be able to do it as well, Kerry, because we're short and our muscle bellies are just different, and it's it doesn't suit. So it does, like you said, Mon, it comes down a lot to genetics, right?
It's really interesting because when we compare natural feds to IFBB bikini, your IFBB bikini girls have got the muscle and the density of your figure in natural feds.
Yes.
And but it's a different shape.
Yeah.
It's not an easier.
Yeah, it's not like Kerry and I could go and do IFBB bikini, right?
No, but your muscle density is
Yes.
what the IFBB bikini girls would have.
Yes.
Like, look at someone like Philippa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Like, the density and the thickness, like, that is not someone that just does cardio
Yeah.
and doesn't diet.
Yeah, it doesn't diet.
Like-
That's the bit that I don't get is it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I've come in a bit soft, I'm going to go into bikini. It's like, that's not what
how it
this
works.
is about at all.
No. And it's bodybuilding, and even though it's bikini, it's still bodybuilding. It's
Yeah.
still very specific, trained to enhance certain muscle groups
Yeah.
and create shape.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. But also too, with a new category, like any show, any division,
It's going to take
it's
time.
well, it will be who rocks up on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
we may still see backlash from this first show. People going,
Yeah.
oh, blah, blah, blah. You can't control.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in the US. When they had their first show, people were like, oh, and said a lot of stuff. It's like, there was 3 girls.
Yeah.
Calm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
There was 3 girls that had 6
Yeah.
weeks to prepare for this.
Yeah.
There probably were girls that were doing bikini that decided to drop down.
Yeah.
There's 6 weeks. Calm,
Yeah.
you had farm down, right? So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But the Aussie girls are always such high quality athletes in IFBB. So I
Yeah.
have no doubt
It's going to
they'll
be good.
probably nail it.
Yeah.
So
it's just
And the
that
posing's
wellness.
that little bit different as well, right?
Yeah.
it's
So-
back to how I posed when I last competed, which is hilarious. Because I see my photos and I cringe. And I'm like, and now that's what we're doing again.
So you can just nail it then.
I totally could.
Yeah, I was just going to say that it's almost like what wellness was like last year then.
Yeah.
Because that still finds in its place
It
in,
is.
in the natural feds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, until they get that set criteria,
Yeah.
then it's going to take some time.
Well, again,
Yeah.
like Mon said, people got to show up, and then
Exactly.
that has to create and build off
Yes.
of like
Yeah.
what that looks like.
Well, look at wellness when it very first started, even in IFBB, and then look at wellness now.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
we now know.
yes.
It's a very specific. And yeah, I think if people are thinking that Fit Metal's just for the girls that don't really train that hard or don't have to diet that hard, you've got it wrong and
Yeah.
you're not going to place well. If that's your
Yeah.
attitude going into it,
Yeah.
because it's a very
Rethink.
specific shape.
yeah.
Yeah. And very specific structure.
It's exciting.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if anyone is interested in bodybuilding, go and watch a show.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, even like people who are local listen to this, go and catch the Sunny Coast show.
yeah,
It's a very welcoming venue where
Yeah.
anybody can go and watch.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such a good venue because you can literally just walk in, sit down,
Yeah.
and like it's not like you have to go through this big,
No.
huge auditorium or big,
No.
huge convention center. It is such a easy venue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, like it's like if you've like ever thought about competing in the future, it's just good to go and see one, isn't it?
it is. Yeah, yeah.
And
But
go
also
and see-
go support. Go
yeah,
support
go and
everyone.
support people. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's good. That's what keeps feds going as well. If they get support from spectators,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where they can actually put on better shows
Yeah.
the year after, can't they?
We hear about the athletes who competed during COVID when some of those shows went ahead with no crowds.
Yeah.
And how they said it was actually a really like eerie and strange feeling
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
on stage without a crowd. And I've been like at a show where there's only a handful of people in the audience, and it is a bit weird. You want the shows to have a big crowd,
Good
good,
vibe,
audience,
like-
good
like-
vibe.
atmosphere.
Good atmosphere. So
Yeah.
yeah, go along and support. Cheer on the people, even if you don't really know anyone and you are, like you said, potentially interested in competing.
Yeah,
100%, you've got to go watch a show first.
yeah,
I always find it. I've always say that when I've had girls that have come to me for posing and they've never been to a show. It's like, go. You need to
Yeah.
go. If you're thinking of doing this, you need to know what you're actually signing up for.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's exciting.
It is. It is. It is.
Cool.
Yeah, that all ladies.
That's it. Well,
Yeah.
I don't have much else.
No, I don't know either.
Go Dax.
Exciting.
But there's
She flew to Brisbane to watch a show.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. Yeah. So because I said the same thing. Because
Yeah,
I
you've
obviously
gotta
like
go.
that off for you, Mon. Like,
Yeah.
if you haven't been and you want to compete, you definitely should
Yeah.
attend a show so that you kind of know, and then, because you see it on TV and it's different again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get, when you go to it's the same as any other sport, really.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch basketball on TV, yeah, cool. But if you go to a basketball game, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Like, the atmosphere there is completely different. So,
Yeah.
And it can also change your perception as well.
absolutely.
So much.
Well, here I am.
Yeah. And on that too, like if you are thinking of competing, go to the show, but also even go along to the posing workshops.
Yeah.
That there's so many feds are doing proper big posing workshops now. Like, it's not like it was 5 years ago where it was like independent people doing them. Like, no, the feds are now running them.
Yeah.
So go along and meet the promoters, meet the people, and ask your questions and involve yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you look on the ICM website, or even the Facebook page, and so same
Instagram.
with NBA as well, you'll find all the details for all the upcoming workshops.
Yeah.
Instagram's a great place.
Instagram.
Everyone's got
Yeah.
them pinned now. So just
They're all
follow
pinned
them.
at the top. So
Yeah, great.
it's nice and easy to find them all.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. And if you like this episode, especially if you've got any future competitors out there, like it, share it to your stories, send it to a friend.
Tag us.
Tag us, yes. And until next time, Queen,
We got you.